Hi, my name is David Lam, and I'm going to be refuting the argument that handwriting assignments are more effective than online assignments. My advocator says that writing assignments are more effective than online assignments because they improve memory. Instructors cannot personalize students off of online assignments. That technology can go down and that there's answer ambiguity. And I'm here to refute that, saying that online assignments are as good or better than handwritten assignments. So, just going off of her first claim, writing improves memory. I believe that writing in any types of medium will improve memory. So she is right about that, but she does not explain that writing in paper or writing on an online document is the exact same thing, basically. According to an article in the Guardian, Annie Chenman, a journalist, says that handwriting has been dropped since 2013 and students are required to know how to use a keyboard now. Online assignments are efficient at teaching material while being easy for students and teachers to follow and grade. For example, it's easy for students to follow along because usually students will have a book or some type of text material out while doing the assignment, and it is easy to go back and forth in one place to get notes off of the book or to do anything with the assignment. It is easy for teachers to grade because everything is all in one place and is already graded and documented, and all the teacher has to do is review the material. She says that instructors cannot personalize students, meaning instructors aren't thoughtful of students' learning difficulties, but I believe that's false because a teacher is able to see the grades of all the students and is able to see that a student is not doing well and will be able to help the student do better by creating more assignments or doing a different teaching outlet. She says that there's technological confusions, meaning that like it can be confusing to use technology, but I believe that teachers should be teaching the students how to use the technology, and they explain how technology can go down and stuff. I believe that technology rarely has hiccups, and it's up to the student to be responsible with their assignments. For example, students should not procrastinate until the last minute doing the assignment. When given online assignments, answers are to the point and material can be learned at any time. My opponent says that there's answer ambiguity. That's false because once you put in an answer, the machine can tell you if the answer is wrong or right, and it can give you reasons to why your answer is incorrect. For example, programs can also be fine-tuned to go with the student's learning. They're able to see that if a student is continuing to get incorrect information, that they can reorganize themselves and teach better. Thank you.
All right, David, you start off signposting the supporting claims pretty clearly, and then somewhere along the line you lost the numbering that was going on with those secondary claims. I think there were 4 of them. You labeled the first 2. The other ones, they all kind of ran together. And in the body of the speech, you do the same sort of thing. You start with talking about the memory issue, and then after that, there's no signpost when you get to it. you do mention that the advocate's claim was that they can't recognize or adjust for students, so I did see that particular claim. On the technology thing, I did see that claim, and then after that, everything sort of ran together, so I think that's a little bit problematic. You want to go ahead and use a consistent numbering system to reflect what the advocate did, and if they didn't have a consistent numbering system, then you should impose one. The evidence that you had on the first point really just talks about how handwriting has been dropped. It doesn't say it's equally as efficient. It doesn't say that the notes are just as solid and that people learn as much. So I think that you are in essence suggesting that they didn't provide any evidence to support their position. I don't remember exactly what their evidence was at this point. If we were listening to it immediately afterwards, it would be easier to compare. Your evidence simply says that, handwriting has gone the way of the buffalo, and there are advantages to being able to read stuff that's typed, which is, I think, probably true, but it doesn't answer the question about whether or not the students learn the material or remember it as well because of the typing. I think that it seems to me like there was some evidence that they presented. I just I can't remember what it was. Everything on the recognizing the issues of the students and being able to adjust. Your argument doesn't deal with any of the evidence that the advocate used, any particular information that they presented. You basically just make a counterclaim that says, oh, the technology can adjust for this sort of thing. They get access to all kinds of information, which is all asserted. You don't have any evidence to support that position. On the third point, which I think is the third point, where you're talking about the technology and its potential problems, you just say, well, that should be the teacher's responsibility to teach the technology, and that tech rarely has any hiccups. And I'm going, oh, really? I'm not exactly sure why you believe that is the case, that technology rarely has any hiccups. It seems to me like every time I turn around, there's some issue that a student has with the technology. My email didn't go through. It came out formatted incorrectly. You have to be able to type really well to be able to do that. You type the wrong number or letter into an address, for example, and it's not going to get delivered whatsoever. And that's forgetting all the other problems that the advocate talked about when it comes to technology, like the internet being down or something like that. I do think you have a reasonable press on that, suggesting that it's the student's responsibility to be prepared on time so that those issues don't come up. But again, this is all asserted. And then the same sort of thing on the last point, where you say the programs can identify the answers and fix problems, and they can be fine-tuned, and I don't hear any evidence to support that particular position. So I think that we have a shortage of information on those last couple of points, and just basically you're making presses at this point. All right, thank you.